Hi, I'm Natalie. Here are two SAT wins that you can use today. So first, I'll tell you how to tell if a quadratic has zero, one, or two solutions in half the time. And I'll give you a quick reading evidence trick that saves you half the time. So first, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Natalie. I'm located in Texas. Um, I'm 23 years old. I got a 1520 on the SAT, so that was a 790 in math, a 730 in English, and on the SAT, I got a 35 in English, a 34 in math. As far as my experience goes, I've logged 90 plus hours in training and tutoring juniors and seniors for the SAT and ACT. Um, so let's move on and solve these problems. So I'm going to pull up my iPad and share my screen. Okay, so I'm going to give you a faster way to find if a quadratic has zero, one, or two solutions without having to fully solve for those solutions. So here you can see that I have so here you can see I have the quadratic formula. Um, And I also have the quadratic as well. So this is the quadratic we're going to be solving for, how many solutions that it has. So this is the quadratic right here. So the first step is we're going to want to solve for the discriminant. The discriminant lies directly in the quadratic formula. If you're not familiar with the discriminant, this is what it is. And if you solve for the discriminant, it will tell you exactly how many solutions there are. So first, we're going to label the A, B, and C in the quadratic. A, B, C. Now let's plug that into the discriminant. So we see that the discriminant is B squared minus 4AC. So let's plug that in. Negative 4 squared minus 4. A is 3 and C is 5. Now let's solve. That's 16 minus 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. That gives us negative 54. Okay, so the rule behind discriminants is if the discriminant is positive, that's two solutions. If the discriminant is zero, that's one solution. If the discriminant is negative, that's zero solutions. So we can obviously see the discriminant is negative. It's negative 54. That gives us zero solutions. The reasoning behind that is if we have a negative number under a square root, that's going to give us imaginary numbers. So we're going to have a negative number under square root. That gives us imaginary numbers. If we have imaginary numbers, that means zero real solutions. Now I'm going to show you a Desmos trick here, and this is a way to solve with Desmos. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Let me know if you can see that. I'm just kidding. Okay. So I already have the quadratic from our last problem graphed. If you graph the quadratic, you can see what it looks like as a line. The solution to a quadratic is wherever the line intersects the x-axis. As you can see, this quadratic never intersects the x-axis, which means it has zero solutions. This is a really fast way to find the exact solutions and find how many solutions there are using Desmos. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, moving on to the next problem. So this is how to solve reading problems in half the time. And this is what I call the lead strategy. First, and this is an acronym, so every letter goes with strategy. So first is locate the lines. Locate the lines in the reading passage that correlate with the answer that you believe is the correct answer. The E is eliminate out of scope. So eliminate the out of scope answers that are incorrect. Next is A, so answer in your own words before you read the answer options that are there to trick you or mess you up. The SAT has written those answer options purposefully to cause doubt in your mind. So answer before you've read those answer options and then find the one that best matches the answer that you've already created. And then the last one, D, so that spells lead, is double check the tone. You want to make sure the answer that you've selected matches the tone of the passage that you just read. And the whole objective behind lead is to stop hunting for the answer, stop trying to find something to validate, but instead verify your answer and make sure that everything aligns. So a few Q&As that I often get asked, how many points can I gain? That really varies by how much time we have together and what your starting score is. If you have a lower starting score, chances are we can see bigger jumps. If you start at a higher score, like 1400, chances are we can gaining points is going to be harder, but those points are more valuable. I'll show you a realistic range up front. How soon should we start? 8 to 12 weeks is comfortable. 4 to 8 weeks is doable with focus. Next question is, do I assign homework? I do, and all of my homework comes straight from College Board. Who am I a good fit for? If you like structure, straightforward feedback, and honest timelines, I'm a good fit for you. And if you like to work hard, then I'm a good fit because I definitely will give you resources that will help you succeed. Um, so if you're interested in working with me, tap contact. Send me your previous scores and your current scores if you have any, what your target score is. If you have a test date, send me that as well, and your toughest section. And I'll send you back a mini plan and a free timing ladder to get you started. So good luck with anything. I mean, good luck with everything.